to continue working on our Lapbook / journal. So we got the little journal done last video. So what I've done here, we're going to add the front and the back inside flaps and folds and pockets, what have you. Okay, so what I thought I'd do, I have gone and just really prepared everything. Okay, so I will show you. I'll just get these out because I've already cut and trimmed and wrote down measurements for the panels that we're going to use, or for this panel. Okay, so I'll start off with the front. Okay, now this is just a piece of manila folder, one of these, and what I've done, I have cut it across there for the height of your journal, of the cover. So I will give you the measurements, guys. The height, I've cut it 6.5. So all I've done is gone up 6.5 and just snapped that off there. Snipped it off, not snapped it off. Okay, and that's what you end up with. So with the normal folds, which were, okay, so there's the fold there. Okay, we'll just put that there and round the wrong way, because one side is a little bit wider than the other. On our manila folders it comes out about 1 inch longer. Okay, so that's what I've done. You can see that there, and it's cut at 6.5, and that is the original fold, that one there. Alright, so with the original fold, I've written this on upside down, but that's okay. Okay, we can understand that. With the original fold, which is like that, okay, I'm going to have to turn this up that way. Okay, I've got, I'm confusing myself, and I know that I'm confusing you. Okay, there's the original fold on the manila folder. So I've opened that out. Now I'm going to have to turn that just. Okay. Right. Okay, you've got the long side here and you have the short side there. Okay, so what I've done, I've come in and scored it at 3 3/4 down here, and I have inked around the edges just so that you can see the score lines better. So that's going to be a flap. Then I've gone along 4 1/4 and I've scored it again, and that fold there is the original fold, so that will give you a 1/2 inch spine there. Then I've come along on this side, scored it at 4 inches just there, then scored that at 3 1/8 inch, and then that leaves you this little flap here at 2 1/4. Okay, so when I go to glue it down here, I'm going to use the 4 1/4 panel, and that is going to be glued onto your front inside page. Okay, so when I glue that on there, I'm going to just glue down 3 sides and leave the top for a pocket. So you'll have like a 1/2 inch spine on the inside here, and then you'll have all these wonderful little flaps and places to add pockets and everything like that. Okay, so what I've also done, I hope you understood that. I will the measurements will be, I will put the measurements in Auntie Vera Land. Okay, so what else I have done, I have already, because I'm using this paper, which is the Nature Notebook, okay, I'm using that paper. I have gone and I have actually gone and cut all the pages out, and I've mixed them up, I know I have, but that's okay. I've gone and just cut all the pages out for the manila folder, so that one will like go on there like that. And when I've cut the pages out, I've left about, well, about an eighth of an inch border all around the outside. Okay, so, and I've even cut one out for the 1/2 inch spine, so they'll all get glued down onto there. Alright, so that is the front. You'll have a 4-inch front here that opens up. There'll be a 3/8 of an inch fold here, then a 2/4 of an inch fold. Okay, that part there, the 4 1/4 inch, will be glued down to your page, and then you'll have a 3 3/4 inch flap over here. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the front one first. Hopefully you understood that, and hopefully I said it properly. And what I'm going to do now is grab my pages that I have cut. I'll grab one that you can easily see. Right, so that one will get placed on there like that. Okay, now what you can also do, if you're not using this paper, if you're using like textbook paper or just some other pattern paper, you have to try and think ahead of what you'd like. So I could just grab that piece, put glue on the back, and I could glue it all the way down. Okay, and then I could like add a belly band here, or add a pocket that has a tall tag in it or something like that. Or you could glue the top down that side there and the bottom, and then you could just glue inside there. So you've also got like, you'll have like a little hidden pocket in there and a little hidden pocket down the bottom, or you could just glue the 3 sides and have that as a full hidden pocket in there. So it's when you're making a journal that, you know, you want to add a lot of little pockets and tucks and little hiding spaces and things like that, you have to kind of like try and think ahead of what you want to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I've just run through that with you. So I am going to go off screen because I'm not going to bore you with just gluing these pieces down, because at the moment I think I have actually mixed a couple up. I know that's the 4 1/4 one there. Okay, so that one's going to go there. But I do know that when I pulled them off, that one is going to go there. So I am going to go and glue it, and I'm also, because I like to see stitching, I'm also, after I glue it down how I want it, I'm also going to run around the edges of it with my sewing machine. Okay, and then I'll come back and show you this one, well, nearly finished. Finished for like the base, putting the base colours, base papers and colour on it, okay? Alright, I shall be back, guys. I've just popped back on because I just decided that with this panel here, I've just put a little post-it note. That's the panel that's going to be glued to my inside cover on the back, okay? And before I put this decorative paper down, I just thought that I'm going to cut like a little slot in there and have that as like a hidden pocket as well. So I just thought I'd better pop back on and show you how to do that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down about 3/4 of an inch, which is roughly about 2 centimeters. Okay, so I can use that line there. I'll just use my mat here to measure. So I'm going to come down about 3/4 of an inch and come in about the same and just put a dot, and then do the same on this side here. Come down about 2 inches, 3/4 of an inch, and come in and put another dot there. So all I'm going to do now is grab my crocodile. Stuff stuck up there. What is going on with that? Okay, there we go, it's clean now. And I'm going to punch a hole over this side here, and then punch the hole having the dot in the center of where I've punched the holes. Okay, now I will just grab my blade, which I think is just over there. Okay, so I've just grabbed my blade and I'm just going to put that nearly, it's just like a little fraction off the top of the circle, and I'm going to cut that there and then turn that around and put my ruler nearly to the bottom of those 2 circles I punched and cut just in between there. So that's given me like a little slot. I'll show you what I mean, just like that. So when I go to glue this down, I'll glue the top part up here and then just glue down around the sides, and that will be a little, like a little hidden pocket. You can, if you want, reinforce it, and if you wanted to reinforce it, I'll just use one of these. Is that long enough? To reinforce it, you would just cut another piece of cardboard or paper, a thin piece of cardboard or paper, and you could glue that down just at the top of your page, wait till it dries, and then do exactly the same thing. Like you put your little dots for measurement there and one there, and you're actually cutting through this piece as well as your decorative paper underneath. Okay, so I just thought I'd come on and show you that before I went any further. Alright, I am back, guys. I have sewn around it. I just haven't cut my threads off yet, but that's okay. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I'll just bring in this one here. So that's, you don't put a decorative paper on the back there because that's going to get glued down 3 sides to the front inside cover here. And I always make mine just a little bit smaller so that you can see like a layering effect you get there. So I can take that off there for the moment. Okay, so it comes out like that. Move that up a bit. Out like that. And then we'll flip open like that there. That's where I've put that little secret pocket, and I really should have inked behind there first, and I didn't think, but maybe I can put some ink on my blending tool. Okay, alright, there, that's just taken that off there a bit. And then it will open up like this. And this little flap panel here, you can see it better on this side here, I've left open so that I'll have like a little secret hidden spot in there and one in the bottom there. So I've just sewed down around there and straight down the middle, which also will give me another little secret hiding pocket there and another one down there. Okay, so that's more or less the start of our little pockets and what have you. Alright, and then that one is going to go there, and then that folds up like that. Okay, so that is the first panel. So I'll just run through this again. We're going to have the long side on the left hand side. Okay, so that's from the edge here, you score it 2 1/4, and then score this panel 3 1/8, and then you score this panel here 4, and then you've got 1/2 inch for your spine, and then on the short side that gets scored at 3 3/4. I mean 4 1/4. And this last panel will be 3 3/4 in length. And then you just add your decorative papers on the top, and you leave about 1/8 inch around each one. Okay, so that's going to get there. Now I'm not actually going to glue that down yet because I thought I'll use the panels, I'll decorate the panels with pockets and little tuck spots before I actually glue it onto the front inside of my cover. Okay, so when it closes up you'll see that nice little, it'll have our journal in the center like that, and it'll have a lot of room for you to add the journaling projects that we're going to be doing each month in there. And if you make more than one, you can add them into your little panels over this side as well. So that is the first one done. Hi everyone, back on to do the back inside folds, flips, panels, whatever you want to call it. More or less on the same lines as how I done this start. I started with a full manila folder and cut it down to 6 1/2. So the length of it is 6 1/2, and then the first panel will be 4 1/4. Then the second panel will be 4 1/4, and then you have a 1/2 inch spine, That's up to the original fold in the manila folder. Then 4.5 inches score from the spine, score to there, and that leaves you 4.5 inches there. So this one is going to be put down here, glued to the base there, and that's going to be folded in that way. You're going to have your little spine on the right hand side there, and that's going to get flipped back over that way. But with this one here, I had a little scrap piece. Don't worry about the numbers. I've just numbered my panels so that I know where my decorative papers go, that's all. So I had just a scrap piece of manila folder. It's not quite as long. I suppose it's about 6.25 inches in length, and I thought I'd use that too. So this one it's 6.25 by 9.25 in length. So this panel here is 3 inches, this panel here is 4 inches, and then this little flappy one here is 1 3/4 inches, which I'm going to, that flap's going to be folded over like that, and I'm going to fold that onto this side here, and it will be glued down around the 3 sides, and that will be a nice pocket in there. And then this will add like another length onto our inside back cover panels, sorry. Okay, so I will have all those I will have all the sizes of each panel in group. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, so that's going to get folded up there, then that one folds over that way, and I want that one to flip that way. Okay, and you'll have the spine there, so you'll have a spine like that, on a 1/2 inch spine on either side of your front and back inside covers. Okay, so I've already cut out my decorative panels for it, so I will go off camera and sew them all on, stick them down, sew them on, and then I will come back. Okay, right guys, I have my last flap done. Just quickly cut a bit of these threads off because I don't really want them that long. I still haven't done it with the other ones either. Okay, so that's how this is going. I'll bring this back in. So that's going to be glued to the bottom there, and I'm going to leave it opened up at the top for a pocket. So this one will open up out that way and then flip out to that way, and then this one here opens out like that and can flip out that way. And can also go out there, so we have a really big long panel, and that's where I've joined it, just in there. I didn't put decorative paper on that side there, I just left it plain, and I was going to, before I joined it to this part of the panels, I was actually going to sew down along there, but then I thought, no, I'll just leave it open for another little secret pocket. Okay, so there's a nice secret pocket there, and then you've got the nice pocket behind there. Alright, so that's it for this one. I hope you understood that. I will put, I'm just going to cut these off while I'm still talking. I will put the size of each panel in group for you. So it will most probably be in the comments section if you're going to be following along and making one of these. And I am going to come back on every so often and like on the front panels here. Is that the front one? Yes. Like I'm going to put 2 pockets here on the front. So I'll most probably just end up using like some of my scrap papers, just like this. I've got a few here, a few leftover pieces. And I can add like a few little pockets on the front here that you can put your, you know what, I'm in the mood to just do it. I'm not sure how long this video actually is, but I'm going to put a pocket on here. So with my pockets, I like to have just like a little bit of room when you go to put them in the top. So what I do, my pocket's going to be that wide to that wide. So I've left about 1 centimetre, half an inch either side, and cut this. I'll just use that upside down. That really put me off then. That up the right way. And I will do the same over here. So there. When I make my pockets and everything, I really just eyeball them. I don't actually like measure the size of them. Okay, so with these pockets, so what I'll do when I go to do my pockets, I'll lay a piece of paper over that I'm going to use, and then I will fold up about half an inch on either side, just like that, and like that. Okay, just roughly. Alright, so then what I'll do is I'll fold it back the other way and get my bone folder and press it down firmly there, and I just make sure it's straight or relatively straight. Okay, and press that down, and at the down here I'll just mitre that little folded part over at the bottom and at the top. So that is what my pocket's going to look like. And then I just put glue on my flaps there and then right along the bottom there to glue it down. Okay? I should say folds, shouldn't I? I'm just going to grab a circle punch because I just feel like jazzing that up a little bit. And just putting in like a thumb notch here. So I'll turn that around and just like eyeball where it should go for there. Okay, so that's going to be that pocket there. And then on the front of the back one, I'm just going to do the same. I'm going to put that there and just roughly fold that side up there. I like to have the stitching showing on mine, so that's why I fold it up so that it goes, the pocket will sit inside the stitching. Okay, and then I fold it back that way there, and just press those down so you get a nice crisp crease there, and just like miter those edges. Like that. And I'm going to have that butterfly coming up. So put the little thumb notch up this way. That looks about right, about the same. Okay, and then I use a wet glue. I prefer not to use the double-sided. You can use double-sided tape if you want to, but I've noticed the double-sided tape does not last 2 years from another project that I had just recently done a couple of years ago, and it started falling apart. Where's my... I'm just going to put a bit of ink on here. There. I'm using iced spruce to do my inking in this one. I just thought it'd be nice. It's like a bluey green. Okay, and now you're just ready. You put glue on that fold there and glue on that one, and right along the bottom. Okay, and then you just place it where you want it on that page there, which looks right just about there. It's a bit crooked. No, we'll straighten it up. Okay, and you can just press that down, and then I'll do the same on this one here, and that's the start of your pockets. I do like having pockets on the front panels. I don't know, it's just something that I just like. I like seeing when I open up a lapbook and there is actual pockets there with lovely little tags that you've made. Okay, and that can go just there. And like you can see the stitching around the page, the background page too. Okay, that looks a bit crooked to me. I'm having a crooked day, guys. Okay, right, and then I just get my bone folder in and make sure that I haven't glued that side together, and it just pops it open a little bit too. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now it's really up to you if you want to glue your panels into the inside of your covers. I'm thinking maybe I can, because it's really not going to make much difference, is it? Yeah, it does, because it gets really, it can get bulky. I think I would prefer to actually just leave them unglued for the time being, to do just a little more work, because it's easier just to pick it up like this and, you know, do some more work on it before you actually glue it down to your back panel. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Well, we've got, you know, started decorating. We've got a couple of little pockets there, and then on this one over here we've got a little pocket ready to go there on the inside, and on this one down here, I thought I might like to make a window pocket. So I think I'll come back on next time and show you how to do that, or how I do it, if you're interested. Okay, alright, thanks everyone. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and hope it's better for a lot more people. Learning to live with that C is not good, but yeah, anyway, we'll get there, guys. You got to think positive, stay healthy and think positive. Okay, I'll catch you later, guys. If you've got any questions about it, just ask me, leave them down below, or ask me over in Auntie Vera Land. And we've also got Sel from the Purple Outhouse that is doing a paper bag journal, which I think I might jump on board too as well. And you can find those over in Auntie Vera Land on Facebook. Alright, you all have a great day, guys, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye. Those papers are just so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. And that will be our journal. Oh, I forgot about that, but that's okay. I can put something else here to lighten it a bit. Okay, bye guys. Babbling to myself.